There were 5 apples here. As you can see, there are clearly only 4. We found the 5th down near the water with a bite mark like this. We believe this to be a bite mark anyway.
This year's trip is about hunting for Sasquatch.
For me, this trip was not about finding a Sasquatch.
Your trip highlight?
Finding the Sasquatch.
One of the agreements we had prior to the trip was Derek was supposed to wear an apple necklace. Apples are known to attract Sasquatch, and we thought it would be pretty aggressive of him to wear apples around his neck in Sasquatch territory. Derek is supposed to be wearing an apple necklace now that we are in Sasquatch territory. I don't think he brought it.
But the apple necklace story, now that's a great story.
Derek did not bring the apple necklace. Maybe it rolled out with a sleeping pad in the back of a trailer as we were driving through Washington. I don't know, but the apple necklace did not make it.
It's not present because I didn't bring apples on an airplane with me. I could have. I thought to myself, I'm not gonna bring apples on the airplane. That's ridiculous. And then we stopped somewhere at like a convenience store on the way. I could have got apples there, I guess, but I didn't really like what they look like.
I didn't like what the apples looked like. What does that even mean?
And so I failed. I should have just grabbed them and did it.
The Sasquatch legend goes on for a long time, and like I have cousins who live up like in Seattle, and like a lot of people like believe in it. And so once you're kind of like out in the forest and like you're walking around and like, for me anyway, like being a hunter and like seeing like how dense the forest was and like actually like being out there and like maybe even believing it was possible, just because like there's so many hiding places.
I was looking for the Sasquatch outside the windows of the minivan on the way to the trailhead and throughout the entire duration of the hike.
When you are looking for Sasquatch, your trip can only be disappointing. But that's just me. I don't know.
For some reason, I think Derek is sabotaging efforts to find the Sasquatch, so we don't really know why he does that.
You should display it.
We never usually do that, but
I'm just following.
good protocol.
The ranger said display.
Yes.
I'm displaying. Carl challenging that rule already.
Derek talking about Sasquatch still.
It's a little LOTR here.
Lorient right here, man. We're in Lothlorien right now.
What is it?
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings, got it.
Look at this. This is awesome.
I have the eyes of a fox and the ears of a hawk.
It was like something out of like a fairy tale. Like everything you'd ever think of as far as like trees and forests, like the way the light was and everything, like it was exactly what it was. I mean, I can definitely see why they named it the way that they did.
That's huge, man. That's awesome.
Derek, are you still listening to that song, Achy Breaky Heart?
You
Don't tell my achy breaking heart.
What's your favorite song?
That's one of the best songs.
What's your favorite song? Don't go chasing wildfire.
That was one. I still listen to that one.
If I am a creature who moves at insanely fast and elusive speeds, I am going to spend a lot of my time by creeks, rivers, creeks, inlets, and sure enough, this was by a small inlet right down below us. I don't think we can just kind of laugh this off anymore. I think we have to admit that there's something out there, something that's real, something maybe even that's, I don't know, trying to connect with us, and it's about 10 feet tall and has a lot of hair. Since Derek didn't bring an apple necklace, we knew that one of us, obviously not me, because I'm not as handy as pretty much anybody in this group or most men in general, needed to make and manufacture an apple necklace. Jared, unbeknownst to everybody else, went behind the scenes and manufactured an apple necklace.
I kind of went off into the shadows of the night, and I took my toothbrush and put a hole in an apple and put a hole in 3 or 4 apples, and then I put the thread and the needle through there and then created the necklace for Derek. And presented our friend, our host, Derek Somerville, with the apple necklace. Because
I will be the human bait for Sasquatch.
Carl wore cotton socks last year, and the deal was if he wore cotton socks for a whole trip, that Derek would get the apple necklace.
I'm able to eat them as well if needed, by the way.
So we present him with the apple necklace.
Come and get me. Come and get me. Human bait. I will sacrifice my life for the group and the Squatch.
No, that's the whole point. When the Squatch comes after you, mohawks and mustaches are here, my friend.
We're ready.
That's
We're
right.
ready. We're ready to battle.
The real version and the masked version.
Hopefully
Dude,
they're
there's
not.
one right there.
That was just awkward.
Yeah!
Power tackle
Carl
for
wants in.
Hey, Carl. Any news on that? Any news?
We are gonna pass many backpackers today, and every time we pass them, I'm gonna ask. Have you seen this guy?
They're gonna say, "What are you talking about?"
I think. So last year during our podcast, I promised Derek I would get him to carry something of mine, and he would choose to do so. So my plan was to intentionally leave behind a bag of food in the trail to see if he'd pick it up. I'm going to accidentally leave something that he grabs and puts in his pack for, I'm hoping for at least a mile, we'll see. And that's exactly what I did. Eric, ready? That's it. I'm gonna stick around a minute. We'll catch you up.
Yeah. See you guys out there.
All right. Tell me. Okay. Just let a 5 count go by. Just let the 5 count go by.
Oh yeah.
Tell me Carl did not forget his entire bag of food right here.
That's not his,
Is this not his? This is his. He's got bay bells.
Oh, yeah,
and
okay.
stuff in here. Holy
That's gold.
huge cracks.
That is gold.
I gotta get this.
Yeah.
We gotta go. Hey, I got it.
Now, I'm a little bit confused as to how Derek fell for this, because I'm pretty sure that Carl actually, in a previous episode of Backpacking and Blisters, told him that he was going to try to pull this stunt.
So Carl just got up and left. Went back on the trail, forgetting his entire bag of snack food and leaving it right on the log. Noted. We've upgraded from the powdered drink mix to an entire bag of food. So this will be used as mockery later. I might pull it out on the podcast actually, mid-podcast to surprise him. So it'll be great. I'm excited. And this has been good too.
It's funny how on this trip, like, there's so many different personalities and everybody's doing different things. The front half of the group had no idea what was going on, and they keep on walking on. But then at the same time, the group goes ahead and they find this giant tree that we could all like stand in the root system of and like take this really cool picture. And so you have like all these really cool things going on at one time. And that's like typically of like what goes on this backpacking trip. Like all these different things, all these different stories, all these different conversations, and like they're all uniquely cool.
So last year in Yosemite, Rocky and I were inspired to create new characters, and so that's how we came up with mohawks and mustaches.
Well, let's just say they are also something a little bit of lore, and I didn't believe, frankly, that they existed.
When was the last time you called in a guest wrestler for his prop and didn't even use it in the match? That was what you did.
No idea what's going on.
No, that was you.
That was not me.
It's like Carl.
Not even.
Derek Part 2.
No, this is like a movie.
It was kind of a play and to poke fun at Derek and Carl.
No more, huh? We're through.
Mohawks and Mustaches is an exclusive fraternity of men who for some reason think that they need to don mustaches and mohawks. I can't remember why they need to do that.
I hate that beard. It's supposed to be a mustache. Ah! Ah! Ah!
I don't really know what mohawks and mustaches is.
Get out the shape. We gotta.
So, we continued our training today in Olympic National Park, and the mask looks good, but it's just not mohawks and mustaches. I still feel betrayed.
The thing is, look, we have gone pro. Okay, we are in the outdoors. That right there summarizes who mohawks and mustaches is.
And I think we're the only ones that enjoy mohawks and mustaches.
I think when I see someone with a mohawk coming, unless it's like Rocky or Jared, I think I'm gonna walk to the other side of the street because I don't really know what that guy's intentions are.
How you doing? You seen this guy out on the trail at all?
Not today.
Not today. All right. Keep an eye out.
We'll keep an eye out.
Yes.
There was some really weird movement by some trees yesterday.
Okay. We'll look for those trees.
I've been here for like half an hour, just chilling, me and Carl. The last act of the apple necklace is used to help somebody be nourished. Thank you, Derek.
Yeah. What's the Sasquatch?
I was malnourished.
Did you not bring enough food?
What plant food?
Yeah.
It was nice to have something fresh. This is
Yeah,
awesome.
no, I 100% agree.
I think I left my food pack behind. Did you find that?
Oh, maybe. Is that a big no-no? If you did?
Is that a big no-no?
Yeah. Or was that the thing that you were going to get me to carry? Yeah, I know. And you know what's funny? Is Jared said before I picked it up, he's like, I bet Carl's going to say this is the thing that he wanted you to carry that you're not going to know you're carrying. I almost just left
He's
it.
gonna say that.
But you knew.
So the only way for you to know if that's really true is if I had footage of that prior to me leaving it, right?
I guess. Which you probably do.
I do. Did you care?
How did you know I would take it though? You didn't.
I didn't know.
You didn't know.
I didn't know.
Somebody else almost grabbed
because
it.
I suspected because I thought you would want to hold that in my face, be like,
You were right.
"Did you leave something?"
You were right
Carl?"
about that.
Okay.
For sure.
Wait, did you carry it, Derek?
Yeah, I did. Of course. Because I wanted to
So you carry my food about
show the world.
a mile and a half or so. All right. Thank you for carrying this.
Huge fleshy points regardless.
No. Fleshy points for you because you should have left it there.
Why would I leave it there?
That would have been medallion. You would have totally gotten my vote for Strider.
You would have won.
Right, if you would have left
You
it
would have
there.
won. You would have won had you left that there.
Yep.
Dude, that would have been
Some
mean.
trash in here.
Oh, is that mine?
I'll take that.
That's a punishment.
I'll take it.
Dude, that would have been the meanest thing to do.
No.
Was it?
He totally deserved that. He totally would have deserved
He
that.
did deserve it. He did deserve
What
it.
you should have
plan
done
was-
was picked it up and kept it in your bag and not told him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should have just played
And
dumb.
then later on,
I know. Should have played dumb.
When he had no food on Sunday, after nobody gave him anything else, because he is.
I'm too nice. I'm
Wait,
just
go
too
ahead, I
nice.
forgot I found this on the trail. Is this yours, Carl?
Take advantage of my kindness.
Derek's really struggling. He's had to stop every 10 steps or so. Yeah, he's stopping again right there. Poles are helping. Not sure they're helping enough.
You know, yeah, I do take a lot of breaks. Sometimes, not all the time. A lot of times I go pee, you know? Why is it good to go pee? It's just healthy. And I think one reason Carl's so far ahead sometimes is because he doesn't pee. And that's not good for your kidneys. So he's got weak kidneys, weak shoulders, and he should pee more. So he's way back there now. He's slowed down because he's had some kidney problems.
Derek expressed he was a little jealous of my aqua clip. Holds my water bottle onto my strap right there. And he kind of made a grab for it. So I'm guessing at some point he might try to steal it.
He's afraid of things, and so I use trekking poles, right? So I use trekking poles, and every time I put my trekking pole on the ground, he gets a little scared, and he also told me, he's like, he didn't know at first, but he's like, are you farting? Are you farting a lot? Like, he thinks my trekking pole hitting the ground is farting, and I was like, where does that even come from? So he gets a little jittery when you're out here in the woods by himself, and no, he's pretty fragile. So you really got to keep an eye on him, help him across little streams and creeks. You know, hold his hand and whatnot, because otherwise he gets a little stage fright. So.
I still have sunblock and nobody told me that?
Yeah.
Irrelevant. It looks cool. It's like war paint. You know?
All right. I feel like we're doing pretty well as a group.
Yeah.
We've lost a few things, like my map.
Yeah.
My map, but I'm still carrying Carl's map, even though I brought a map. He
I know you were
threw mine
talking-
away and then he put his in my backpack.
You were talking to me about how Carl's struggling probably more than anybody on the trip, and
I don't think I said that. But
oh, you didn't? Oh, no. Maybe I misinterpreted that.
Rocky, Nolan, and I just got done with the pass, and Derek, Carl, and Eric were ahead of us. They left us a nice arrow here, pointing us that way. We're assuming that's the path or the camp. And then all of a sudden, Eric, Carl, and Derek came tearing through here, sprinting in fear. Might be a Sasquatch in camp. Don't know, we haven't been there. Let's go find out.
So I felt like there was potentially a Sasquatch behind every tree.
I think the hairs on the back of my neck started to perk up, and I sensed there might be some Sasquatch nearby.
And there were some strange sounds coming from the woods down by a water area. Something I'd never heard before.
Like Rocky and I were like towards the back of the group, and I heard a weird noise, and
Sasquatch, where are you?